Give me your take tonight on Captain Phillips being rescued tonight for the first time. Obama's talking about it.
Well, Bill, I think it's important for people on our side to acknowledge when things turn out well, and as regardless of whether we give Obama credit for or not. And I don't know if we have the details yet to know for sure whether he really does deserve credit. It seems to me like the Navy SEALs deserve the most credit here. But it appears as if the situation is going to work out, and I think in order to maintain our credibility, we need to be able to say, hey, look, he had this test, and apparently he's passed this test. Now there are going to be many more tests, and frankly, I think the way Hillary Clinton reacted to it, laughing about this situation on Wednesday, was a fireable offense, and the fact that Obama said nothing for days was also very weird. I also think, by the way, from the media perspective, I think it's very dangerous that this word pirates gets used, especially in this day and age where we think of Pirates of the Caribbean and Johnny Depp. Yeah. These are terrorists we're dealing with.
These are Islamic murderers is what they are.
Exactly, and I think the word term pirates is a classic example of minimizing and almost to the point of making it laughable, a very, very serious situation that thankfully is seemingly going to turn out okay.
The thing that does concern me is that there's reporting tonight on Fox and CNN that the Obama Justice Department wants to bring him to New York and try him in New York in criminal trials, and that means those 3 Navy SEALs will be issued subpoenas by attorneys like Ron Kuby and others who want to represent these guys.
Well, Bill, this is a great point, and I did my first documentary film was called Blocking the Path to 9/11, and in it I expose the absolute ignorance that Barack Obama has about the history of terrorism in this country, where he actually stated during the campaign that he thought our response to the 93 World Trade Center bombing was just perfectly fine, and then he misstated the facts, saying that we had captured and apprehended and brought to justice all of the suspects in that case, which is a flat-out lie, as you know, Bill. Yeah. At least 3 of them were never apprehended until after 9/11, one of which was the mastermind of 9/11, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. He simply has a massive blind spot on this issue, and we are in very dangerous territory. And it appears as if we've dodged literally a bullet here, but eventually I fear this will come back to haunt us, and we need to keep Barack Obama's feet to the fire on this issue.
Well, we cannot bring in from the Indian Ocean the captain of the USS Bainbridge. We can't bring in the Navy SEALs. We can't bring in the pilot of the plane that may have dropped them. We can't bring in the crewman who served as support. The attorneys in New York would make this thing a joke and turn this into some sort of show trial, and the terrorists in Somalia will take more Americans as hostages to trade them for their brother pirate in New York City. That's the wrong approach. I say have a military tribunal or give this guy to the Kenyans.
Bill, everything you just said is accurate, except that you left out one part. If we do it Barack Obama's way, liberals will feel much better about it.
Oh, that's important.
And that's really what's important, isn't it, in the end?
Well, John Ziegler, it's about 100 days into this thing, and the Obama administration, the 100th day's coming up in about a week. Tax day is going to be here on Wednesday. There's tea parties all over the nation. What's your take on the tea party, and will you be participating in one in L.A.?
Well, actually, I spoke at one in Pasadena, just outside of L.A. on Saturday, which was highly successful. We had several hundred people there. I'm actually going to be protesting the Katie Couric Award at USC on Wednesday. I'm actually going to be giving out copies of my documentary, Media Malpractice, How Obama Got Elected and Palin Was Targeted, to people as they enter the award ceremony, so they will know exactly what a joke the award they're about to witness Katie Couric getting really is. So they'll at least have the facts. Of course, that's what journalism is supposed to be about, getting the facts. So that's what I'm going to be doing on Wednesday. I think the 100 days has gone pretty much as expected. The news media erasing virtually all of the flaws that have occurred, and basically we have a socialist government that is being formed here, which anybody that paid attention during the campaign and didn't listen to the mainstream news media would have expected was going to happen, which is one of the reasons why I made this film, and I urge people to check it out at How Obama Got Elected. That's HowObamaGotElected.com, because it's also how he's going to get reelected, Bill.
Oh, he'll be reelected. Well, we got 8 years of this thing because the media is not going to turn on him until about the 7th year of his administration.
Absolutely. He's like AIG to them. He's too big to fail, and there is not a chance in the world they're going to let him fail. And that's why I wanted to correct the historical record about what really happened in 2008, and so that it won't be a precedent that will be set in stone. Because if this is set in stone as a precedent with regard to the media coverage, it's never going to change, Bill. As you know, it's only going to get worse. If they believe in the news news media that they got away with this, then they're going to feel like they have carte blanche to go even further next time around, and we will never have another chance again.
Well, it worries me, and the only hope we have in a year and a half or so is if conservatives take over the Republican Party and actually run conservative candidates so we can serve as a roadblock and an obstacle to what he intends on doing. You give us 8 years of Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi and Barney Frank and Barack Obama, that will be a tailspin that this country cannot come from.
Well, I hope people will get it, and I hope people will get it before they have an opportunity to destroy the country. I know that there are a lot of patriots out there, Bill, and you are certainly one of them, and I thank you very much for what you're doing, and I'm doing the best that I possibly can. But we need help, and we need people to support the things that we do, and that's why I'm urging people to go to howobamagotelected.com and check out this film.
John Ziegler, you are a great American.
As are you, Bill Cunningham.
God bless you.
Take care.
Thank you. That's John Ziegler from Los Angeles.